You've been deceived. Your whole life, really. The fear that grips you isn't truly yours. It wasn't born within your heart or mind. Instead, it was carefully planted, drop by drop, over years and years by voices that whispered warnings, injected doubt, and molded your reality. Be careful, they said. The world is dangerous. Failure is shameful. Poverty is a sentence you can never escape. These words formed invisible chains around your spirit. But here's a truth that no one wants you to discover. Fear is not a permanent tenant in your mind. It can be removed, completely, and faster than you imagine. This liberation from fear does not require years of therapy or superhuman courage. No, what's needed is a profound understanding of what fuels this invisible monster, what truly feeds fear. And that, my friend, is ignorance. Where there is clarity, there is no room for fear to grow. Fear shrinks in the presence of knowledge, dissolves in the light of awareness. Today, I want to give you that light, the understanding that will begin to unravel the grip fear has on your life. Fear has always fascinated me, not as a simple enemy to be defeated, but as a complex, disguised teacher. It hides in the spaces where we fail to act, in the opportunities we refuse, in the love we never pursue, in the dreams we suffocate before they even take flight. I discovered that all the paralysis, all the hesitation, all the invisible walls we face can be traced back to 6 core fears, 6 pillars that support the prison of mediocrity. These are the fear of poverty, the fear of criticism, the fear of illness, the fear of losing someone we love, the fear of aging, and the fear of death. If you're wondering why you haven't yet lived your fullest life, it is because you've allowed these fears to build invisible walls around your potential. But here's the paradox that might shock you. None of these fears are truly real. They were not born with you. As a child, you laughed without worry, played without anxiety. You didn't fear poverty when you found joy in the simplest things. You didn't fear criticism when you danced alone in your room, completely free, unconcerned about who was watching. These fears were programmed into you, carefully installed by voices who themselves were trapped in fear, well-meaning parents who, despite love, were burdened by their own limitations, teachers who had given up on their own dreams, religious leaders who mixed faith with fear, and a system designed to keep you compliant, feeding you these fears so that you remain controllable. Understanding this means something extraordinary. If it was programmed, it can be reprogrammed. This truth is the foundation of freedom, and it's what I embraced. Not through magic or quick fixes, but by a simple, relentless choice to reject as truth anything born from weakness. Whenever fear appeared, I didn't hide. I faced it head-on and asked, "Where did you come from? Who placed you here? What lie are you trying to sell me?" When I realized the fear of poverty was really a belief in scarcity, a false belief rooted in illusion, I broke free. Scarcity is a story told to control, but in truth, the universe is abundant. When I understood that fear of criticism was an unconscious desire for universal approval, an impossible task, I shed the chains of needing everyone's acceptance. When I saw that fear of illness was often magnified by a mental storm of negativity, I embraced the power of the mind to heal, to protect, and to shape my body's reality. Now, I ask you, how many decisions have you never made because of fear of judgment? How many paths have you left unexplored because you feared failure? How many dreams have you whispered, "Not now," when your heart was really screaming, "I'm scared"? Fear is a thief. It steals lives more effectively than death itself. It murders dreams in their infancy, silences the soul with quiet oppression, and the cruelest trick of all, it convinces you that it is protecting you when in reality it is imprisoning you. But what happens when you decide to no longer serve fear? When you stop obeying it and start observing it as the imposter it truly is? A miraculous shift occurs. Fear loses its grip. Because fear thrives in silence. It feeds on avoidance and grows when ignored. But the moment you face it, it begins to wither. During my journey, I noticed a pattern. All the great leaders, creators, and visionaries I studied did not lack fear. They lived with it but despised it. They acknowledged fear's presence but refused to obey it. Their secret? Action. They acted despite the fear, not after it vanished. Confidence never came first, it was born through action. Action is the antidote to fear. Fear is a thought in your mind. Action is movement of your body. And movement shatters the mental illusion of panic. Have you been letting fear dictate your life's rhythm? Decide your boundaries? Dictate what you dare or don't dare to do? Believe the stories it tells about you? It's time to flip the script. Start by asking yourself, is this fear? Then something precious lies behind it. Fear is a guardian at the gate of transformation. It marks the doorway to what can change your life forever. Instead of fighting it, learn to redirect it. Transmute fear into courage. And courage is not the absence of fear, it's the resolve to act in spite of fear. Once this truth sank in, the entire mental fortress of fear began to collapse. I began to see freedom clearly, not the freedom measured by bank accounts or approval, but an inner freedom that is quiet, unstoppable, and radiant. The freedom to walk with an open heart, stepping boldly into the unknown. The freedom to try, to fail, to rise again, always holding your head high. Fear is a liar. You've heard enough lies. Now is the moment to hear the truth. You were born to create, to lead, to expand, and to prosper. No force in the universe justifies living a small, chained, silenced life. You were not made to merely survive. You were made to win. If any fear still lingers inside you, look at it now. See it as a shadow dissolving at sunrise. It no longer has power, unless you choose to feed it. And if you're reading this, it means you're ready to stop feeding it. I challenge you. Today, do something your fear doesn't want you to do. Take one step. Make one bold decision. Take a calculated risk. Make a simple move. Show yourself who truly controls your life. Because every action breaks the spell. And when the spell is broken, fear is nothing but a weak whisper, trying to survive where it no longer belongs. Fear served you once, but from now on, it no longer serves you.